Grenada's economy is heading for its 7th year of consistent growth, averaging over 5%. Unemployment was reduced by 20%, while debt to GDP ratio was reduced from 108% to 63.5%. NNP committed to the economic and social development of our people. NNP delivering on the promise.
It is said that education is the key to success. The Grenada Development Bank believes this to be the truth. Hence the reason we have made it our prerogative to ensure that your key is in safe hands with us. Here is how you can unlock your success with an education loan from the GDB. We offer you 3 loan options. We've got our regular student loan, our work-study student loan, and our special student loan. Our regular student loan is for persons who wish to pursue full-time tertiary level education. If you are a permanent employee who wish to study while continuing your employment, then our work-study loan is for you. Our special student loan is in collaboration with the government of Grenada, geared towards vulnerable persons who would like to pursue higher level education. Remember, you must have proof of admission from a recognized institution here at home or abroad. All our loans are 100% financing with interest rates as low as 5%. Get your funding from GDB today for your tertiary level education, your technical training or vocational training, even professional development, with up to 12 years to repay. Your future success is today. Grab it now.
This Thursday, the 25th July, the Rhythm and Groove takes center stage. It's the SMC Groovy Monarch Semi-Finals. Carnival City, Tantine, St. George's. As 25 of the nation's top groovy artists takes to the stage. From 8 p.m., 25 of the sweetest groovy songs. All backed by the Heatwave Band. Come feel the love and vibe in the air as each artist endeavors to make it to the final. Admission $25. Gates open 7 p.m. Showtime 8 p.m. It's the SMC Groovy Monarch Semi-Finals. Carnival City, Tantine. This Thursday, July 25th. Spice Bass 2019. Many events, one carnival.
Only the few will see when you set the bar, but everyone will know when you've raised it.
Welcome to party. We are the greatest.
We have done it again in this, the era of greatness, with the biggest white.
We bring the most vibes.
Watch greatness unfold with Mr. Killer, Wasways, and Lava Man, and more of Grenada's best, featuring headliner Marshall Montano and the Monk Band.
We great, absolutely.
Be at the National Cricket Stadium on Saturday, August 10th. Get your tickets now from GoToFed.com and all Sunshine Promotions box offices. The biggest white. It's where greatness lives.
We are the greatest. It was regarded by many as the best fest for Carnival 2018. This year, it's back, bigger and better. The second edition of the Waggy Tea Premium All-Inclusive Fete on Thursday, August 8th at 8 p.m. at the Montrouge Recreational Park. This is not just a fete, it's a total premium all-inclusive affair. From Trinidad, Ravi B and the band Karma. From Barbados, Peter Ram. From St. Vincent, Skinny Fabulous.
'Cause when we roll, we don't roll alone.
And from Grenada, Jefferson Ramirez and Solid the Band, Inspector, Dash, Wasways, Shortpree, Vaughn, DJ Chemist, and Danny. Early bird tickets cost $350. Prepare to be amazed.
Well, now the rum in the system. Oh, is a fuck because him. Telling you, I'm giving on you the license. Yes, sir. You got permission to flat. So no one's which side are you leaning on? I'm leaning on the back side. Which side are you leaning on? I'm on the back and the side. So what you doing? What you thinking? Right on that done. This is the return. They want to what they get. I hope they don't fret. Problem in the fret. Drama inside the people fed. You're making a statement. You won't see with the friend. Or you just a patient.
Good morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Penny Martinique. Once again, it is time for Hard Talk. My name is Sheldon Scott.
And I'm Devon Romain.
And this is Hard Talk, broadcast to you via 97.5 City Sound FM,
89.5 CRFM,
92.9 the Sisteral FM,
and 94.9 We Noise Radio out there in Brooklyn.
Yes, indeed. We're also live on Hard Talk Grenada live on Facebook, www.hardtalkgrenada.com. That's our website. And we are on YouTube, Hard Talk Grenada. All right, it's a beautiful Thursday on the Isle of Spice where everything's nice. 37 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock. We're to have a guest in with us, but they're not well this morning, so we will not have the guest in with us. But we have got quite a lot to speak about this morning. All right, but just a reminder, some reminders before we go into our substantive discussions this morning. Yeah, one of the things there is the St. George Southeast Youth Meeting that's taking place today at the Library Community Center from 5 p.m. So the youth of the New National Party, they've got that meeting that's at the Library Community Center from 5 p.m. this evening. All right, 5 p.m. is afternoon, so 5 p.m. this afternoon. All right. Devon, competition tonight?
Yeah, man, the competition starts tonight. It's the Groovy competition tonight, right? It's the semi-finals tonight. It takes place at Carnival City. Today, Thursday the 25th, Tantine St. George's, 8 p.m., $25 to enter. All right, so you have a list of artists vying for that, 10?
I've got the list here.
10 or 11 spots?
Well,
in the final?
That is up for discussion.
Okay. All right,
but I can tell you from the 25 who will be taking the stage tonight, and I hope they're getting some rest and all kind of thing. Yeah. I know P.S. Jeffrey ain't getting much rest unless he take a little vacation. But anyway, they're going to be starting in position number 1 with Pontius, then Papi Boy, Terror the Governor, Red Alert, Scholar, Vaughn, Snake Oil, Alma Boy, Randy Isaac, Altitude, Looney Spark and Electrify, Sheldon Douglas, Killer B, Top Cat and Blazer, Kennedy Map, Valine, Crave, Double Standard, Mandela Links, Soca Banton, Golden, Baraka, Brother B, Otis, and closing off the show, Sparky B. All right, so once again, let me give you that quickly. Punchulus, Papi Boy, Terror the Governor, Red Alert, Scholar, Vaughn, Snake Oil, Alma Boy, Randy Isaac, Altitude, Looney Spark and Electrify, Sheldon Douglas, Killer B, Top Cat and Blazer, Kennedy Map, Valine, Crave, Double Standard, Mandela Links, Soca Banton, Golden, Baraka, Brother B, Otis, and Sparky B. All right, so that's the list for the Groovy semifinals. That's going to be taking place tonight. So it's
20.
action from start to finish.
And then
so walk with your lady, walk with your guy, and go and enjoy the Groovy tonight. Yeah, you're getting more than you're getting on Fantastic Friday. You're actually getting 25 at the best right now on the island of Grenada. 25 of the best. Yeah, you're getting them tonight. I wonder if they could bring on the Westerners, I guess, appearance, boy. They can't bring on the Westerners, I guess, appearance, boy. I mean, I want to hear Woman of the Night, you know.
Friday, 26 July. Soca Monarch semifinals. Progress Park. Yeah, starts at 8 p.m. The price, $30 to enter. There's a list of artists, number of artists vying for that final, how much picks.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be 10 spaces.
Together with the defending.
For the Soca Monarch semifinalists, the list is 30 long. Wow. And it's, again, action from start to finish. Yeah, so you have Hits, Superstar, Leadneck, Mr. Walkie, Skulldog, Happy Boy, Lil Kerry, Otis, Papi Boy, Dash, Stunner, Vaughn, Chucky HD, Terror the Governor, Lil Jello, Inspector, Muddy, Looney Spark and Electrify, Juice, Travis, Chaos and LED, Valine, Kennedy, Brother B, Killer B, Ronnie J, Mushman, Punchulus, K1 and Boise. So, yeah, you have several former monarchs. You have about 1 or 2 former monarchs inside here. Let me see. You have, first of all, Boise. Yeah, I think he's a 4-time monarch. You have, let me see, Looney Spark Electrify. I think they won 3 times.
Otis.
You have Inspector. He won, I think, on 2 occasions. You have Otis. Yeah, so you have a few former monarchs in there. Terra the Governor, he's a former monarch as well. No, Muddy is not a former monarch, but a lot of tongues say that you should be a former monarch too. So, all right, yeah. And on the groovy list, let me see if you have any former monarchs there. Yeah, I think Scholar is a former groovy monarch. I think he won a groovy monarch before, yeah. Randy Isaac, definitely. Looney Spark Electrify, I can't remember if they ever won a groovy crown. Sheldon Douglas, no. He's a former soca monarch. No, I'm not seeing anyone else there who won the groovy before. Probably Otis. I think he may have won a groovy. No. Not that I remember. Yeah, and I've been to most of the groovy monarch and them. Yeah, and the soca monarchs. So it's going to be pace tonight. Well, not so much pace, but more groove tonight, and then pace tomorrow.
And then Saturday, we head into St. Mark's, Victoria to be exact, Diamond Street. They have traditional mass festival. It starts at 5 p.m. Admission is free. So that's Saturday.
Vehicle.
Right? The Wild Indian. Go and see the different types of the traditional mass that, that we can showcase and support. So it's Saturday, 5 p.m. Diamond Street, St. Mark's.
Somebody calling already? We didn't
Good
open the phone
morning
lines,
and welcome.
Yeah, morning.
Good morning, my friend.
How you do?
Not too bad.
All right. You had one year in Simon that this an inspector had tied,
For in?
Soca Monarch.
Never.
This an inspector?
Never.
In Soca Monarch?
Never.
I mean, I say this.
You can't tell me about Simon and Soca Monarch.
No.
I was in every one. So it's Scholar, and that is when Scholar sing Belly.
This was on the stage, yes.
Beast probably went on the stage. That is when Scholar sing Belly.
Right, yeah, I get puzzled with that.
Yeah. Don't try me on that one.
No, I mean, I was there too, but
Simon was replaced.
So I get puzzled. And the song was about Beast as well, so then
No, he had a verse on Beast inside it.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's when he sing Belly, he had a verse on Beast. And I think Inspector, no, that's not when he sang Royal Family. I think it's either Royal Family or Spirit or
Royalty Jam.
Yeah, I think that's what he sang that year. And there was a tie. Yeah, there's been a tie before.
That tie. Sheldon win about twice or something like that.
Sheldon won the first one that took place at the original Grenada National Stadium. He won the first one there. That year when he lost the final one at Simon, he won the road match. He sang Stamp Up.
Yes.
Yeah, he had Stamp Up and he had this other one, All My Soldiers Get Ready to da. Yes, so, but he, Don't play with me with that one. That way I'm back.
No, just a mistake I've made, man.
Yeah, Beast has never won.
This was so that's why I was thinking of him.
Yeah, Beast has won.
That time is true.
Beast has won several Calypso monarchs. 2 or 3 Calypso monarchs, but
I did win
outside of that, no.
With Inspector. They did tie.
Yes, indeed. All right, my brother.
Yeah, long time I didn't really just.
Yeah, man, but that was the place, man. Simon was wonderful. Soca Monarch in Simon was one of the best that they ever had.
Yes, I remember that because I was there.
Yeah. All right, my brother. Okay, great. Later.
Very soon, Simon will be back.
Yeah, I mean, you want to see that? Yeah, I mean, the man talking about this, or not? The man talking about.
Tell them. They say it's censorship. They putting in with tail. And men like me and this year go take a jail. But I ain't afraid powder when I play in mass. This year when I sing in me song a pepper in it. They had it belly. Really? They had it belly. They had it belly. They had it belly.
So, Maleno have it? Yes. I think that song played the most on radio that year. And I'm trying to remember if it's this one.
When Elizabeth invite me to Buckingham Palace, the royal family, they want to have a trip. I never refuse it. I jam them with my style, the real West Indian way. The whole palace gone wild. Inspector, don't ease up the tempo. We never party like that before.
Folks, remember, it's coming up. Super Specky Sunday. I don't care what they call it. For me, it is Super Specky Sunday.
Right, so I know it.
They say you must wear red.
You say, at the end of the day,
So Super Specky Sunday is coming up. But somebody here telling me is Watch Your Conduct. That was the song that he tied with. I can't say, I can't remember. But yeah, technical man telling me that was Watch Your Conduct. Yeah. We have a call on the line.
Good morning and welcome.
Morning, big man.
Morning, morning.
But that song there about Dingle and your breakaway. Play it like me record it now.
So I played the song, you cut it and tell me play it.
No, I want you to talk when you're playing it. America, that one I like it so bad, eh?
What's the matter with this guy?
America, it plays on the track.
Wait, nah, man.
I'll pay you.
Go on. No, you pay Inspector and get a copy. Yeah, pay
I don't know where I'll get Inspector, you know.
Don't worry, man. You come up. Regatta coming up. You must make a pass. Yeah, man.
Yeah, that song that I want it, man. Anyway, play this song and not to talk.
All right, brother. You feel it's 1998 again when you had to play this song on radio and I'm with a cassette recording. You feel it so? The DJ had to cut it. The DJ.
It's how we used to do it before, man.
Yeah, I think Inspector won with this one. Yeah, don't play with Uncle Specky, you know. Yeah, he still had the hits in the bag, you know. He'll be pulling them out on Super Specky Sunday. Or you could call it Specky Sunday, or you could call it whatever Sunday. As far as I'm concerned, it's Super Specky Sunday, SSS.
your music driving people mad. Right now we have to take a chance and ask the woman to dance. Who wanna hold on to she? She start explaining to me,
I could still remember the stage performance for that one. You know. I know where the cookie broom go, but
this guy put down a number of amazing performances over the years.
I touch enough. I ain't touching no more. Specky, yeah. Specky. Right, nice. But yeah, and the last time they had the Soca Monarch in Simon, there was a big kind of thing by a lot of people because they actually thought that this guy won.
together. The more we stand together, the better it go look. For the I stamp and you stamp and he stamp and she stamp. The more we stand together, everybody let we go. Stamp the place up, stamp the place up, stamp the place up. Come again now, stamp the place up, stamp the place up, stamp the place up. Sing, it's a brand new connection, spreading love to the region, bringing out a vibration, It's a brand new sensation, When the vibes start to hit, bring yourself on the street now. Everybody fall in line, 'cause we and Western no more time. Come a little harder, hey, a little harder. Come a little harder. Sing with me. The more we stand together, the more we stand together.
Yes, indeed. But enough of that for now. Enough of that for now. But tell people where they're spraying for mosquitoes. Let me leave that alone. That going and raise some kind of thing there.
Boy,
let me tell people where to spray for mosquitoes.
And you have, just before, when it comes to mosquitoes, Sheldon, see last night, it was one of the most annoying nights when it comes to mosquitoes.
Nah, boy, I'm having some problems with them down my side too. But looking around, because it has to be that there's a source for them. It's not just that there are mosquitoes and there are mosquitoes. You have to look around and find out where the source is, where they're coming out from.
And then you see how the rain fall. Now, the rain is not falling every day per se, okay? It falls and it gives that 2 days. So it gives the mosquitoes a chance to breed. As water settle in a little container, they start breeding.
Yeah.
So that makes them, more, and they are so sensible. Eh?
But
anyhow.
just before I go into it, folks, we'd like to apologize for the abrupt end to yesterday's program, but there was a power outage that affected not only us, but affected some of the stations that broadcast the program. There was a power outage, and that's the reason that we just went off air like that yesterday. Yeah, but go ahead. Mosquitoes.
Yes, mosquitoes. Today, Thursday. Yeah, today's Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Want to make sure.
For the whole day today.
Right.
Most of it gone. Yeah. Whole day.
Up till 12 tonight.
Yeah.
Thursday, town of Victoria, right, and the surrounding areas. 5 p.m. today, right? The fogging team will be in your area. So the town of Victoria in St. Mark's, and so the fogging team will be around in your area. So those of you who have been experiencing problem, asthma and other respiratory problems, take note and take precautions. And so leave your house open. Let the fog go through to kill the mosquitoes, okay? Because the team from the Ministry of Health, they are doing an excellent job. Give them your support and everything like that. And the beekeepers, if you know that you have bees running in these particular areas that we announce that they are fogging, please contact the Ministry of Health or the Vector Control Division at 440-2095 and 440-3485. Okay? Right, so.
Yes, indeed. And hey, folks, the NNP All Day Fete, it's coming up. Remember, it is coming up not this Saturday. This Saturday, you have to head St. Mark and go and watch the Vieux and the short knee and all the other traditional mass and so. But next week, when you come up to Mount Helicon, right? You're coming up, and here what they have on the menu. You have chicken pilau. With that is green salad, coleslaw, bread rolls. You have ground provision with saltfish or smoked herring sauce, vegetable rice and peas, curry mutton, crab and callaloo with dumpling, dry pea soup, curry mutton, lambi sauce and pigfoot sauce, oil down with mixed meat, barbecue, chicken, barbecue pigtail, barbecue spare ribs, barbecue fish fried and in Creole sauce, as well as fried jacks, cuckoo, callaloo, oil down, the Ital style for Haley. You're supposed to respond. Haley.
Rastafari.
Right, so oil down. Ital oil down. Fried breadfruit, French fries, and fried chicken, stew, pork. So you name it, we have it. So come on, check the Secretariat grounds at Mount Helicon. Yeah, you could check them. So you could check your various constituency representatives and get your tickets and so on, right? Nice, and you come up and they have an Antarctica-style bar. I think somebody's trying to call.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning. How are you, brothers?
Hey, quite fine.
Fine.
Okay, I'm just calling to send out sympathy greetings to the family of Pauline Mark, who served as personal assistant office manager in the South St. George constituency office from 2013 right up to 2018.
And one of the most lovely people you could ever meet. One of the most caring and considerate people that you could have ever met.
Right, so.
Oh, boy. Sometimes...
trying to cope, so I'm just sending out greetings.
Yeah. And sometimes you don't say it immediately because, boy, that one just does break your spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, oh, goodness. All right, my brother.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. So sympathy is going out there to the family of Miss Pauline Mark. She was the personal assistant to Honorable Alexandra Otway Noel down there in the south of the island. Yeah, she passed to the great beyond yesterday. Yeah. Oh, man. You know it goes, huh?
We have been losing a number of our stalwarts in the last couple of months. But, it happens.
Devon, it is 5 minutes to the hour of 11 o'clock. 5 minutes. And before we go on to the substantive issue for today, just one or two things I want to address. One of them is that I'm seeing it being used in ads, and I expect to see it during Juve and some of the village Juves and so on, and probably even during some of the shows and so on. It is something that I believe is highly disrespectful And it is something that I believe that any patriotic Grenadian will not do. How can you place olive oil on the national flag?
Wow.
No, seriously. How can you place olive? In fact, I would like members of the Royal Grenada Police Force to seize immediately any flag they find like that. That's disrespect to a national symbol. The flag is a symbol of our sovereignty. The flag is a symbol of Grenada. In some countries, people die just protecting the flag, War going on, and just so somebody can get their flag, they will die. But here we put olive oil on it and run about with it and say we are jab nation. Nonsense. Stop it.
Sometimes I wonder if, as a people, we are not being educated about things like our flag. It is so important. And ignorance of that is no excuse, Right? We should know and understand, right, what the symbol, the flag, what it means to us as a people, right? And stop, doing things to. I mean,
if you have a flag and you're using your Grenada flag, no problem. See, me, I have a problem with the Grenada scarf. You see this scarf thing with the word Grenada on it? If it was up to me, I ban that. Because I don't believe you're supposed to be taking if you want to put the national colors together, like you have the national colors in a scarf, and you want to tie your head, no problem. But don't put it in the shape of the Grenada flag. I don't believe in that. I think that's disrespectful to be using your flag to wipe up sweat and all kind of thing. I believe it to be disrespect. That's my personal opinion. It's disrespectful. And it is extremely disrespectful to take your national symbol, as in your Grenada flag, and go and put all oil on it.
And some people just having it dragging on the ground.
But that's the thing, they have the flag rolling on the ground, dragging, dipping it, and some of them purposely dipping it in oil, and you're coming to and shouting out about we jab. We are not jab nation.
Pinning it all in front of vehicles.
Stupidness.
And just dirtying it. I mean, come on. When you look at that flag, what you're supposed to see something. You're supposed to feel something. The pride of Grenada. I mean, come on. I sometimes, as a people, we do things that make others feel like,
Let's just try to be more sensible, folks, when it comes to how we utilize our national symbols, our national flag, because I'm telling you, in some countries, man go dead for that. Not telling you, in some countries, people will die for that. You don't just take the flag and do this sort of nonsense. They will kill. They will die to protect their flag. And as such, I'm hoping that any member of the Royal Grenada Police Force that sees anyone disrespecting the flag, like, immediately seizes it. And in fact, it shouldn't even have to reach to the members of the Royal Grenada Police Force. We as Grenadians supposed to say, no way, you cannot do that. That is our national symbol. I know I've seen ads going out by people with the flag passing with oil, and they feel like something good. They actually feel like something good. It is not. Let's stop that. Let's put an end to that, please. All right?
And we do that practice not just around this festive season, but even around our independence. We see persons continue to disrespect our flag, and so there are consequences for that, There is consequences for that, and we have to be mindful of that. So please, let us, show some form of respect. Let's honor our flag. It means something to us. And if you don't know, start educating yourself. Ask someone. Ask a police officer.
Let's avoid that. Yeah. Also, Devon, I think there are some nurses. Yeah, there are some nurses that are going into the healthcare system fully. I think about 8 of them or more just completed a training course. That's those people who have graduated. And so, as nurses, in order to work fully within the system, they have to go through they have an exam they have to write, I think, in about October. That's the regional and national exam also. But outside of that, they're working within the system. So you should see some increased numbers of nurses going into the system. So that's the next thing. But yeah, hey, WeiVybz, good morning, sir. What? So when I say WeiVybz, I have to touch our WeiVybz when I say WeiVybz, See, no, you put you in groovy, you know what's going on? WeiVybz doesn't come and take part in competition again, man. You can look up our groovy. Although Dash ain't easy to beat, but still, you can make a try. It's not impossible. You have a nice range.
The effort is what is important.
No, but WeiVybz has nice range and thing. He's a dangerous man if he decide to go in groovy, you know.
I've been passing time.
But folks, yeah, we can't play around this one. You see the national flag? Look, you see where my flag is? It's hoisted and it's properly lit. Yeah. There are rules surrounding the use of the Grenada flag, you know.
Yeah.
How it is flown, where it is flown. If it is being flown at night, it has to be properly lit. The position, all these sort of things. Yeah? So please, let us, you see that nonsense? Let's cut it out. Anytime we see it, it's supposed to get some of us upset to the point of where we don't want to see it. And we have to educate the younger ones that they get to the point of, hey, this is a national symbol. We have the most beautiful flag in the world. Why would we want to go and put oil on it?
I mean, you didn't see when our flags stand out in the UN and so you can see
But
it
not only that,
immediately, you know.
everywhere you go and people see the Grenada flag, they could be from Timbuktu or Zimbabwe. They want a Grenada flag because it's so pretty. They love it. Yeah?
Easily identified.
They want one. So why, after we know that, WeiVybz ain't taking part in competition, afraid. Why should we, with such a beautiful, well-respected, and even envied national symbol, why should we take oil and throw on it? Yeah. So everything is to throw oil on then?
That doesn't make any sense.
No. Please, let me stop that one, right? Let me please try and stop that one. Our friends out there in the UK and other parts of Europe and North America, they're going through a heat wave, Devon.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, some of them crying for Grenada's Beach right now. No? Yeah, usually they're crying for Grenada's Beach because the place so cold. Right now they're crying for Grenada's Beach because the place so hot. You understand?
Hot. Good morning to all of you who have joined us on the live. You know, it's a wonderful, beautiful Grenada morning, man. It's, you know, wish you were here to enjoy it.
But Devon, there's a major issue. Let's take this call and then we'll go to the issue.
Yeah, good morning, Sheldon. Good morning, Devon.
Good morning, my friend.
Everything?
Not too bad.
Okay, brothers Devon and Sheldon, I want to wish Dr. Thomas a speedy recovery and let him know that with God all things are possible. And he got to return back to Puppet to continue his daily duties as a doctor. And brothers Devon and Sheldon, I want to say something. If a Grenadian is supposed to respect the country, and to respect your country, you have to respect your. You have to love the country. You have to also love the flag, because the flag represents the country, Grenada. If you say Grenada, a beautiful country and a peaceful country, you have to respect the flag, right? And then when I see some people have the flag all in dragging, I say, my God. Listen, then we speak respect, but we demonstrate it, right? And so as Grenadian, yes, if we say lack of knowledge, people perish. But I want them to let them know that if you love your country, you have to respect your flag. All right? I want to say, brothers Devon, Sheldon, you all are wonderful. God bless you all.
All right, my friend.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yeah, you have to respect the national symbol. You have, Grenada has, and we ain't saying one of we have the most beautiful flag. You look through the list of flags, there's nothing even close. We have the most beautiful flag.
Well designed.
Yeah, well designed, colors properly appropriated. Yeah? Everything well done. And then we take it and dip it in oil. And we find, and I see some people doing that up there in the US and all kind of thing when they have Labor Day and so on. They feel they're doing something good.
Yes,
you don't do that.
You want to represent, but represent in the best way.
Yeah.
Represent with honor.
Let people know you're a Grenadian, but a proud Grenadian. You wouldn't disrespect your flag. Yeah. You wouldn't take your flag and tie your head or tie your neck, and you wouldn't take your flag and dip it in oil. I don't believe in both of them. You'll never find me with no Grenada scarf.
Try to begin.
I ain't having that. No.
So some of you doing that, if you all are wrong or you all grandparents, it's some big slap and thing you all getting, eh? Yeah, for doing that, because I mean, growing up, these things you don't take these things lightly. Symbol that represent, I mean, especially your country, and so you don't disrespect it.
Yeah, and that's disrespect. We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my dear.
And how are you all doing this morning?
Oh, great, much better.
Okay, Mr. Devon.
Yes, my dear.
what it was a call, I think it was day before, and I was saying congratulations to all the children and them that graduated, especially my 2 boys.
Yeah.
And you were saying something, but I didn't really hear you what you said. But anyway, I want to thank you very much.
You're most welcome, my dear.
Yeah, thank you so much. Senator Scott,
Yes, my dear.
how are the boys?
They're good.
Anybody going to secondary school as yet?
Where, Papa, you have a year to wait for that one.
You
Right
still
now,
have to wait.
right now I'm preparing. I'm
Well,
focused
that's what you
on.
need to do.
Yeah, I'm
That's what
focused.
you need to do
Yeah,
in the meantime.
I didn't want him in
Yeah.
the top 300. I want him in the top 10.
Exactly, and
So
you
I'm
need
working
to let
towards
him
that.
go out a reading too.
Yeah.
Help him with the reading, and unlike Isaiah too, Mr. Devon.
Isaiah have another 2 years.
Oh
to
my
go, yeah.
goodness, my own have, let me see, 9, 10, 11. So mine's have next 2 years thereabouts. So we encouraging them, helping
yeah.
them in whatever little way, spelling,
Support them as much as possible.
Yes, all these little things and them that could help them. We have to try doing it now, because we don't want them to left behind. So continue. Both of you,
Yes.
have a blessed day. Take care.
All right,
my
my dear.
dear. You
Okay,
too.
bye.
Have a wonderful day.
Yes, bye.
Yeah, heat wave in England. Boris in England.
Lord of mercy.
Why are
UK.
you afraid, Boris? So let the man be the prime minister, man.
UK all in trouble all
Who
around.
said they're in trouble? Listen, the
Well,
man.
they are heat wave. You just
one
saw a heat wave.
Heat wave, right? Okay,
yeah,
heat
they
wave,
are
right?
heat wave.
Boris only did not even 24 hours good yet. Give him a chance.
People say, when I line to a doctrine, prepare for the backlash.
Anyway, Devon, I've been hearing a lot of talk because I know an announcement was made on Tuesday at the Post Cab in relation to the National Insurance Scheme and a projected increase from the present 9% to 11%.
Yes.
A 2% increase, 1% more by the employee, 1% more by the employer. So as it is right now, the employer pays 5%, 5% of your total salary. The employer's contribution is whatever your salary is. The employer pays 5% of that to the National Insurance Scheme, and you, out of your salary, pay 4% out of your salary towards the National Insurance Scheme. What has been decided is that it will increase now to the employer paying 6% and the employee paying 5%. So it has been increased incrementally by 1%, but for the employee, 1% from the employer. So it raises the total contribution by 2%. I think I explained that okay? Mathematics is not my strong point. I always say that. So it has been increased by a total of 2%. 1% more by the employer, 1% more by the employee. And a lot of people have been talking about that. A lot of people are seriously concerned about the National Insurance Scheme and the fact that, they're going to be contributing more. But there have been various actuarial reviews. In other words, there have been auditors and other technical people that came in. They looked at the National Insurance Scheme. They looked at the books, how much money the National Insurance Scheme has now, and how much money it's projected to have. And they have made various recommendations over the past years. And the government has decided to move forward with some of the recommendations that they have made, but to do so incrementally. Because actually, what they're asking for, what the actuarial review is asking for, is to increase the NIS to 22%. Right now, it's down at 9. It's going to go up to 11. But the review is saying do it up to 22%. We missed that call. Yeah. The review is saying that it should be done to 22%. Yeah? And if you don't do this increase now, and you leave that until the year 2030 or so, you will have to just make that increase up to 22. I mean, come on, man. 22% and all their salary.
So you may as well start.
Yeah. No, but there are other things that have to be looked at, because what some people are saying, okay, well, my salary remains the same, but now you ask me to pay up a 1% more. So in other words, it's more money that's leaving my salary, My salary ain't growing, but you're taking out more out of my salary. But folks, we have to understand one important aspect of this though. What you're paying to the NIS now is not what you're going to be receiving years from now when you start receiving your payments under the NIS. And I'll explain that further after this call.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Sheldon Scott. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm great.
And morning to Mr. Devon Romain.
Morning, Camille.
I'm listening all this morning. I tried to call in and I engage you. What up going on, boy? I'm here. So, outside is nice, beautiful. Patty, good morning. Morning, Patty. And Matthew and Mr. Deputy boy, Carnival in Grenada. I find it kind of slow. You don't pick it up by it yet. Morning to everybody, home and abroad, all who coming now, all who come down. When all you come to Grenada, I have local chocolate to buy to go back up. I have the local chocolate.
And if they want
locally made. So all you can make all your cocoa tea and all you go back up. And then the bus terminal. And Sheldon.
Yes, ma'am.
I have the local juking board.
Eh.
Anybody interested in the local juking board, I have. Right? And I want you to tell all the busmen for Grenville, I have old dog. The one they call old. Old dog. That boy from Grenville is right here. Crystal. Stevie. All the Grenville busmen that traveling back and forth over the hills, bringing all the visitors that come from abroad. Anyhow, he don't pick up. He didn't really pick up yet. We're struggling still, to make me look dollar, but I pray and pray to God that things will be better and we have a nice and safe carnival. You understand?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I have money bags for the busmen. Today I'm begging for free advertisement. I have money bags, I have the local chicken board, and I have the local chocolate cocoa. Better known as the cocoa tea. So all who are on vacation, come and get your cocoa to bring back up in England and in America. And even buy a chicken board. And Sheldon, all you have a good carnival. You probably don't hear my voice again. Although you have people that pass and tell me, don't call the radio station. That is HARDTALK. And Mr. Yolande Rashford, good morning to everybody. Everybody, good morning. This is Miss Camille on the bus terminal. The mayor for the town of St. George. I'm the mayor. Have a blessed day, Grenada.
All right, my dear.
Bye-bye.
All right, folks. So you want to get your juking board, you could go and buy a blue soap and you get your juking board and you handle things better than a washing machine. If you know what you're doing, you're handling better than a washing machine day. Yep. Yeah, but we were talking about the National Insurance Scheme. And folks, remember, you're putting in a little something. But the money that you're putting in now, I mean, if you're paying $40 now, when the NIS paying is not $40 you're getting.
No.
Yeah, it's a couple hundred.
Yeah.
That you're going to be getting on a monthly basis.
$40 is the low end.
Yeah. And you might be putting in 100 and something and you get a couple grand. When the end of the month come, when you're retired. And in other words, if the NIS was operating in a way that just what money you put in is the money that you're getting, then all of we would have been costing the NIS. If it was operating that way. So the 1% may sound as a lot, but consider what the NIS has to do in 20 years or in 30 years or in 40 years when you retire.
Yeah.
The NIS has to give you your money and some. So if it is, because some people, I don't think they fully understand. They feel the NIS just giving them back their money. The NIS isn't giving you back just your money. It has to find money. It has to take your money and invest it. It has to take your money and double, triple, and quadruple it. And then pay you at the end of the month. And the NIS is made there to protect workers in their old age. Or suppose you're suffering from a disability. Suppose, God forbid, that you end up disabled on the job or so on. And you have to receive benefits from the NIS on a monthly basis. And not even talking just about the fact that in 20 years or 30 years or in 10 years or whatever it is from now, when some individuals retire, they have to receive their payments then. But during the period of time that you're working, You have maternity or paternity benefits that you pay when you have a child. You have sick benefits that you may get and that sort of thing.
So, accident.
Yeah, there are other benefits that you receive during that period of time. After Hurricane Ivan, remember the NIS took up the slack for many people, especially in the hotel industry, who were unemployed at that point in time, to provide a little something on a monthly basis. So it is not a never-ending supply of money. The NIS is not a never-ending supply of money. I've heard some political activists out there making noise about, the government only depend in the NIS. That is furthest thing from the truth. The NIS needs to invest your money. It has to take your $10 and try and make $1,000 off of it. And if they could make $3,000 off of it, they have to do it. So the NIS has to take your money and try and generate more money.
Much more.
They can't take your money and just leave it there.
Imagine that you pay in NIS for a number of years, all right, and you reach the retirement age, and so you may have been paying $120, perhaps $150 every month based on your salary and so, right? And when you retire at the end of, your retirement, when you retire, you are continuing to be paid a salary or a stipend by NIS for as long as it takes. You understand? And it will add up to much, much more than your contribution over the years.
Yeah.
See? And we have to be more educated about it. Persons must pay attention, understand how NIS operates, and so on, and not just let people tell you. You pay in NIS and you're not sure, go into the NIS office, sit down with one of the officers there, and ask them questions. Let them explain to you, right? What are you paying? Why are you paying it? And what are the benefits that you can receive? Right? It will not hurt for you to go there and sit down and ask and find out.
If you're paying $40 a month in NIS, and I keep using that figure for some reason, I can't remember, but I'm not paying 40, I'm paying more than that, but anyhow. But if you're paying $40 a month into the NIS, so for the entire year, you're going to be paying basically $480 or so.
$480.
Yeah, but each month, after when you retire, each month, you're going to be getting
more than $480. And then you're not talking about the other benefits you would seek for during that time you've been in NIS. Because the benefits.
Exactly. Maternity. So the monthly payments that you're going to be receiving from NIS in every instance is more than the cumulative that you're paying for the entire year. It's more than the cumulative that you're paying for the entire year. So where is the NIS going to find the money to do that? What does the NIS do?
Has to invest.
They invest. So not like certain people that force them to buy a set of property, sell property that not even theirs. We could go down that road and we could start to have that discussion.
And make them try to make them pay more for a property that's worth less.
Or as somebody that somebody pass off property on them that like they could not sell, Grenada shares, and so that
sort of thing.
This government had to come back and end up paying for. Yeah, but anyway, that's another story. But NIS wants to invest. They have to invest. So they take my contribution, Devon contribution, your contribution, who are listening right now, the workers who are listening right now. They take all our contribution and they say, where's a good place to put this money that we're going to get good interest and good returns on putting this money? So they look at different avenues. They may say, okay, St. Vincent's government is offering some bonds on the market, and they may buy that. There are different countries holding treasury bills and so on, bonds and so for the government of Grenada.
Yeah.
From the government of Grenada, some NISs regionally, and the local NIS does the same thing. They speculate. They say, okay, this one we could see good returns on it, so they may buy the bonds. So they buy the bonds and it matures in 10 years or 15 years or 20 years or whatever, and they double and triple and quadruple the money. Yeah? Some have been saying that the government of Grenada take money and then get a haircut. The government of Grenada did not get a haircut from the National Insurance Scheme. Let me say it again. Say it with me. The government of Grenada did not receive a haircut from the NIS. What the NIS did is say if your repayment term is like within 5 years, they give them 10 instead. So you're still paying back, but you're paying back over an extended period. So it eases you up. So you don't have to find, if you had to find $500 to pay now, they say, okay, give us $200 and extend the time that you're paying. So you'd have finished pay in X amount of time? No. We're going to double that time for you, and you're going to finish pay in a longer period of time. That is what the National Insurance Scheme did with the government of Grenada. They did not give the government of Grenada a haircut. So nobody money went missing and disappear into the NIS and government get haircut and workers lost money. That is not the case. They extended the repayment period. Right? So the money will still come back. The money will still come back. Right? But over an extended period of time. They've been given a longer period of time to pay back the money. All right? So that is what has been happening. But if we continue with the NIS as it is, because remember what we're saying here, the amount of money you receive on a monthly basis, and my partner, who I know is listening, give me a buzz on the WhatsApp. Yeah? Buzz me on the WhatsApp. So what we're saying here is that the amount that you can be receiving on a monthly basis could end up being more than your total cumulative that you put into the NIS on a yearly basis.
Yeah.
It can be.
Yeah. Majority of persons.
Yeah. So you have to be concerned that if that is how the business is operating, if a business is operating in a way that you're taking a small amount from people but you're giving them back a big amount, eventually what will happen to the business? It will crash. It will bust.
So you must have ways to make up the shortfall.
Yeah.
Understand, as you go on, because remember, every year, perhaps every month, there are more persons getting involved or joining the NIS, right? They are being employed, thus having to pay NIS.
Another one of the problems that has been identified is the size of Grenada's population.
We're small.
You see, it may sound weird saying it, it may sound wrong saying it, but we ain't making enough children.
Yeah.
And you see, why you're saying it is bad is because in 18 years from today, when these children enter the work, they should be entering the workplace, we have less people entering who are going to be contributing to the NIS to boost up those who are already retired.
Yeah.
As a source of income coming in that the NIS can use to invest to make their payments and so on. So it is not that difficult to understand that the 1% extra, the $1 or $2 extra that we are being asked to contribute, yes, we know it is a further financial burden, but it is basically like saving for a rainy day down the road.
Yeah.
Because if we don't do it now, if you don't make adjustments to the NIS now, and the NIS were to collapse, what in effect would be happening is that all the money you're paying already gone, All the money that you paid already, that you could have started paying an additional 1% and secure, all that money is gone. So what are you going to get in your old age?
We need to make some more children. Some of us who have no children.
I contribute already. I don't contribute. I can't make more.
Some of you all, and I'm saying you all because I have, some of you all who refuse to replenish Grenada.
Devon.
And so, it's, think about it.
Devon, you will not mind them?
Reconsider. A lot of persons out there who can afford and they're just not doing it, not understanding.
So you're saying it's patriotic duty?
Yeah, it's a you have to. You see?
No, but all jokes aside, it is a serious matter because you look at it down the road. Yeah, if we do not increase the size of the population, in other words, the working population, the size of the number of people to be contributing to the NIS, if we still end up with a situation where many people end up leaving the state, so you have a lot of young people, as soon as they finish and they graduate from TAMCC this week, a lot of them was down at the airport, they're gone already.
Gone already.
A lot of young people, we're not talking about just going and study. A lot of these people gone and they ain't coming back. Some of them, they finish study and they ain't coming back. Yeah? So it is a problem. We need to increase the size of the population. So there are various issues here. And some people take it as joke. Some people say, but who can mind them? Yes. And that sort of thing. But if you look at economics, the larger the population, it helps. Exactly. The larger the population. For instance, you look at a country like Trinidad, 1.2 million, and you see the amount of jobs that are available. I often say if somebody's not working in a place like Trinidad, it's because they don't want to work. There are jobs that are available, and in some instances, you could hold on 2 and 3 jobs. Whether it's in a fast food place or whether it's you decide to start your own personal business, providing a service. Whether I see guys selling water, they take bag and they take the water, and they're selling water and making a living.
Makes money.
But when you have a smaller population like Grenada, some of those things, they can't work because your population is too small. You can't make the turnovers you need to be making over the period of time to be able to be self-sustainable.
Remember that problem?
And it's the same problem we're having.
Greece had?
Yeah.
Greece
ended up with a bunch of people of retirement age and so on that were retiring and getting benefits. And there were one or two other issues with Greece too.
Yeah, definitely.
But this is what happens. So you have to be careful. You don't want to end up in a situation where we have an older population making up a significant percentage of the population here in Grenada, and then you don't have enough young people to be putting into the NIS so that the NIS could go and say, okay, we're going to buy some bonds or some bills or whatever with that, or we're going to buy this building and convert it and then sell it for more or whatever. If you don't have that happening, we could find ourselves in problems in years to come. I think someone's trying to call.
Good morning and welcome.
Oh, yes. Good morning to you.
Morning.
Good morning, sir.
And morning to your co-host. I said then I had to call because you're saying so much of the things which I said over the last 40 years.
Well, caller, without saying another word, I've listened to you carefully for about the last 8 years, and you have been saying exactly the same thing the actuarial report is saying. For honestly, anybody who doesn't know, the caller isn't lying and he isn't boasting himself. He has been. For at least 8 years I've been listening to you, and you've been saying exactly what I'm saying here today.
You understand what I'm saying? And I'm saying here, that's why you always find me saying something when I say that some people maybe just get upset. Management, role and responsibility. You know, everybody brain as a manager, your brain have to be like elastic. You have to stretch your imagination, and everything is imaginary, yeah? And you bring it up to reality. So I had been saying, I just speak to Mr. Austin Frame. I don't think he remembered my name, but when I spoke to him, yes, he remembered me. I told him the same thing when he was the manager of the NIS, and this is the very thing I was saying to him. There will come a time when your contributors will be less than your payout. And I told him, if you fail to make this NIS an employment agency, that is the reality. The NIS is going to bust. So when I tell people what the NIS is going to contract, it is on this basis that I'm saying this. If we cannot increase our numbers, and when I raised this to the statistical department in Ministry of Finance, the first thing they zeroed in, well, you know, people can't make more children. I said, no. You can't make 2,000 children this year to benefit the economy next year, or the case may be. I'm not talking about babies. I'm talking about bringing back 50,000 persons, 100,000 persons with good monies from overseas resources to add to the turnover population and to add to commercial turnover to bring in the revenue of the state. That's what I was talking about. And we linger with this thing so much. And I said to Mr. Boson sometime, I said to him on a one-on-one, sir, you got to fast-track Grenadians to financial fortune. And you have to do that quickly. Because if you fail to do that, eventually cost is going to overrun us. We are going down the V. And if we get there, it's going to be difficult to come back. That is where we are, because we fail to look at people's financial development and the expansion of commerce and the population. And so what we had this thing incubated. How do we get out of? Yes, I still have some solution, but I can't discuss it on the air. That's the reason why I see I'm an activist on the ground in community development effort, because I know if we fail to shift the economics of the young people, let me tell you something. You could have the best government. We are going to fail big times in the next 20, 25 years. We are going to fail because, you see, cost is rising at such an alarming rate, but the salaries are not going with that. And that is the two things that will have to balance your survival. High employment and high wages to cope with expenditure and revenue. That's going to unlock it. But are we really, really contemplating or concentrating on that, the realities that is right there to happen? And so I like to hear you on that matter. And so thank you for your support.
Yes.
It is late, but I say better late
than never.
Our managerial system have to come up to the plate to save this country. And before I go, take a note of what is happening. I got this Prime Minister here to go to Trinidad with Mr. Rob Gonzalo and others to discuss a serious crisis they had a few years ago. And I did call them back and ask them through the Foreign Affairs Division, please go back because I see something looming in Trinidad. Then, that is more than 15 years, eh? Today, when you listen to the news, 3 persons early this morning died in Trinidad. Trinidad is a war zone, and that's what I'm saying. There will be a civil war in Trinidad. So when somebody, simple man on the ground, says something, don't brush it aside because in reality, I am seeing all those things. I said something about the Venezuelan and Trinidad, and look at what is happening now. The Venezuelan take them to court, and I was warning. Okay, yes, you want to help them, but what I did not say to the government then, beyond what you are doing now, I am seeing something dangerous. What's happening now with the class action suit is just the tip of the iceberg. I will not say more. It's just the tip of the iceberg of what is going to happen to Trinidad with that generosity. Sir, if we need to run this country and the region, we need to expand our thinking capabilities radically to save the region, to save Grenada. Have a great day.
You too,
all right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, and the caller is being honest. They have, Devon, I know you've heard him before, and it's not even 5 years, at least 8 years I've been listening to him.
Very consistent.
And he's always been asking about the actuarial report in relation to this particular issue of the NIS. We must, you see, and Hannah just used the word there on the Facebook Live. Sustainability. That's an important word, sustainability. Yeah? The issue of salaries, that has to be addressed. We must address the issue of salaries. Within the public sector, we know that the discussions are starting now in relation to the next increments and increases, and so the Public Workers Union has already written to the government of Grenada to start those discussions. I know those discussions must include the Grenada Union of Teachers and so on. So they have been receiving their steady salary increases and so on, and they're looking to move forward with some more increases right now. Obviously, if other things are increasing, you must look at the sustainability and how you can increase salaries. At the same token, they're also looking at, for instance, the issue of the salaries of some scales of workers, those who are working in the stores, those who are working as security guards. They put our payments and that sort of thing. You have to look at those things as well. So it's a holistic approach to how you do this. But there's also the other issue of increasing the retirement age. We have a call, and we'll deal with that one in a while.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Scott, Mr. Romain, and to your listening audience. And as usual, you know, it's always a great program. But listen, a lot, even to your last caller there, and I agree with a lot of what he said. But Mr. Scott and Mr. Romain, after spending 25 years in the private sector, and now I am in the public sector, all what I'm seeing is that when we hire people to do a job, we must hold them accountable for the work that we hire them to do based on their job description. There are too much people getting away in local terms with murder. We hire them. They get lackadaisical. They don't do anything. They become non-productive. And I don't know, but it seems that somehow, apparently, when you're working with government, you can be producing on a scale of, you're coming from the private sector, on a scale of 1 to 10, you're producing a 7. And you come into the public sector working with government, and all of a sudden, you become a 4, and it is more than acceptable. We have to hold people accountable for what they're doing. If you is a manager, you have to manage. And if you is a supervisor, you have to supervise. And there is task and responsibility that you and your staff have to get accomplished during a certain period of time, and it must get done. I don't understand it. And sometimes I could tell you, being a supporter of the NNP, committed and dedicated supporter of the NNP, and now I'm working in the public sector, a lot of time I just have to be very careful in terms of what I see. But now listen, Mr. Scott, you speak about the nurses, Now the issue with nurses leaving, we can't stop that. You know what I mean? The money to make out there, it is just too lucrative in order for us to keep lots of our qualifying nurses here. Let us not skirt it and run away from it and try to, dice it and julienne it to suit our own image and likeness. It is difficult to tell a nurse in Grenada to work for, you're working for, hypothetically speaking, and I know some of them don't make that, you're working for 4,000 EC a month. And whereas you can live here and you can go and work for the same 4,000, you can go and work for the same 4,000, but it's not EC, it's US, or you can work for more. So these are not things we're going to stop anytime soon. So what we have to do, based on what we have here now, we have to continue providing and producing the world with qualified medical professionals, including the nurses. You know what I mean? We have the capacity to do that here, and we have no other choice but to continue doing it. The flag, for me, is not the color when it comes to the desecration. It is all about the symbol, and that is what, we should bear in mind at all times. Now, the NIS and the NHI, for me, it's a foregone conclusion that the necessary changes must take place. There is no if and there is no buts about when it comes to the NHI and the National Health Insurance. I believe so far I've been to a number of sessions with the NIS, and I can tell you, I believe they have more than convinced the nation and the populace as a whole that this changes is so important that we are behind on it, and it must be made. Now, let me quickly wrap up here. Now, and I must say, and you spoke about the lady who died. It is important at all times for us to recognize those supporters of the NNP that have made the contribution. Give me a couple seconds here, please, gentlemen. I know time is against us. No, I read Mr. Scott and Mr. Romain. I really like the human being I have turned out to be. Mr. Scott, I don't have no hate, no envy, no jealousy in my heart. No one have hurt me or my family that have caused me to entertain any of these negatives. I have no reason to wish bad on anyone. But politically speaking, from a color standpoint, I am green. You know what I mean? And listen, while some of my NDC brothers are criticizing me, do you know presently I am not as green in contrast to when I was yellow. But when I look at the history of the party that I used to support, this is what I found quickly. Now listen, in 1995, it was KIT. We lost. In 1999, it was KIT. We lost. In 2004, to the best of my knowledge, it was KIT, and we lost. We got a Bly in 2008, and based on what I see take place and based on what materialized, I go back into our history as an NDC and I say, in 1995, that was the first KIT we lost. In 1999, that was the second KIT we lost. In 2004, that was the third KIT we lost. When I see what was about to take place in 2013, I say, hell no, fuck it, a jumping ship. Gentlemen, have a pleasant day.
See, all it does look to put me in trouble. You see, all it does look to put me in trouble. I apologize to anybody who misconstrued what the last caller said. Yeah, I apologize for anybody that misunderstood. I understood what he said, but to anyone that misunderstood, or the radio was giving a little problems, yeah. And yeah, there's no way you think he said.
The column made a brilliant contribution in terms of, we talk about the raising of salaries and everything else, but the whole question of productivity. Because if
it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, if you have workers, we working and we getting paid, but we're not producing, how do you expect that business to continue? Right? You have to produce, you have to do what is necessary so then the necessary finance can come in so you can get a decent wage at the end of the month or the end of the week or fortnight. So it's a all wrong scenario.
No,
Productivity.
See, once you're speaking one, you have to speak the other, because productivity has to go hand in hand with the salary increases. Because the productivity is going to ensure that the business, whether the business is government or whether it's a private sector entity, it is going to ensure that they produce more, and therefore it is going to be more efficient and provide a lot more that could be used now for the higher salaries. But we are talking as well about the retirement age, and it has been suggested that people can retire a little later. Some people like the idea, some people don't. And I think some of the people who like the idea are the people who have gotten to the age of 60 and realize that, hey, I still healthy, I still good, I could work a few more years. So those people who have gotten to that age and realize that I could still work, but some people, as far as they're concerned, if they could take retirement at 45, they take it. You understand? So the discussion, there's also that suggestion. There's that suggestion, and at the post-cab, it was mentioned that is being placed back for discussion. They held 18 separate meetings around the island. A lot of people who talking now, they had the meetings right next door to you. It was well publicized, and people just decided they're not going. And now those same people, they're concerned about the issue, and they're voicing their concerns about the issue, but they had the opportunity at that point in time to go and voice their concerns on that issue there. But it's important. It's very important that we take a serious look at this, because remember, your entire contribution for the year ain't covering what you're going to get for 1 month when you retire. It can't. For the entire year, your contribution cannot cover what you're going to receive at the end of a month. So it cannot sustain itself by just workers putting in the contributions and the contributions today. It can't work that way.
I mean, think about it and be fair and honest. If you're paying on a monthly basis now for a number of years, $500, and when you stop pay that $500 and you retire, you're not working anymore, and you're getting $700 per month for the rest of your retirement age, isn't that a plus?
Yeah, so we have to seriously take a look. I know it sounds difficult. 1% additional, you have to find a 1% additional or 1%. And some of us, we need to work out what that 1% additional is.
Yes, and how much?
You might realize that sometimes that 1% is where you're drinking beers on a Friday. Serious. You might really realize that the 1% is even less than what you're drinking beers for the entire year. The 1% that they're talking about there. For the entire year, that 1%, according to your salary scale, might be less than you're just drinking beers on a Friday.
Some of you.
But people are complaining because it's songs, the additional 1%. Well, we are going to find it. But it might be the beer money that you're drinking.
One beer. Sometimes it might be just 2 beers.
Nah, it could be more than 1 or 2 beers. But when you look at it, for the entire year, you understand? So let us seriously look, because yes, I have to pay it too, but I'm not going to complain, because I understand the long-term goal. I understand the concept of it.
Not just for you, the individual, but your family, your children, And so that it's a cushion. God forbid something happened to you while you're employed and so on. You have your children behind, still going to school.
Because when you look at the monthly figures now that come out in relation to the National Insurance Scheme, you look at the monthly figures, and so there are times when, for instance, during the time of chikungunya and so on, that they could find themselves paying out more than that is being paid into the system. Remember, it's being paid by workers, and that's the main source of income they have coming in is from workers. You make your contribution, I make my contribution, Devon make his contribution, Nazim make a contribution, everybody make the contribution. And then that is what they have as income coming in. Government makes their payment, the private sector makes their payment, the people who are working, sole traders, they make their payments and that sort of thing. And that is where they have money coming outside of the different things like the interests on different things that they have, and where they've speculated, they've put in money into different things and they get that money back. But outside of that, when you see how much they spend, somebody working on a job site, they have an incident, they home on sick leave and so on, who pays? The NIS. Chikungunya raged through the place. A lot of people were on sick leave. They couldn't work. They really couldn't work because we remember how chikungunya and Zika was like when those things raged through the region. Who pays? The NIS pays. And this is long before they have to pay you that pension at the end of the time. This is long before that. Yeah? So you have a child, they give the paternity or maternity benefit. Who pays? The NIS pays. And if the money is coming out from it, but no money is going into it, eventually it will fail. So by the time I'm ready to retire, by the time Devon is ready to retire, by the time many of us who are in our 30s and 40s are ready to retire, we could find a situation with no NIS there if we don't make immediate changes now. And if we hold on to make the changes, then all we are going to do is make it worse for the children and so who are coming up afterwards. Because whereas you could start and say, let's pay 11% now, and basically start to buffer the NIS. What you're saying is if you don't do that now, by the time 2035 rolls around, you're going to end up having to take out 22% out of a person's salary. You're going with nearly quarter of a person's salary.
That would force persons,
22%. That's what you're going to be looking at. Double the amount that is being proposed right now. So nearly a quarter of a person's salary going.
Folks, just a reminder for the residents living in Victoria, the town of St. Mark's. The Ministry of Health want to remind you, the Vector Control Division, remind you of the fogging that will take place in Victoria and the surroundings from 5 p.m. today. Okay, so take note of that. All right, and so on. And then all the other activities that we are having this weekend. Well, tonight is the Groovy semi-finals at the Tantine. The Carnival City? Yeah.
Carnival City.
Carnival City, Tantine.
Yeah, folks, if you want to
go out and support.
And if you want to call in, we have a few minutes remaining. If you want to call in, 440-7377.
And 347-329-3101.
Okay. Yes, indeed. Hey, and the police, they have a new way of dealing with the records management system and so on. So, usually you go by the police, that is big book and you have to go back
and everything.
They're trying to do a lot of stuff digitally now.
Of course.
Yeah.
See, they have to be up to the time because you're fighting crime and everything like that. You have to ensure that you have everything on point. And good morning to all the members of the Royal Grenada Police Force and other security personnel around our island.
Hey, Devon, off topic slightly, but folks, you can call in 440-7377
and 347-329-3101.
Yeah, there's a cruise ship visit next week Saturday as well. Wow. 824 projected passengers.
That's good.
So that's the Oceania Insignia next week Saturday. They should be estimated time of arrival about 1 p.m. and they leave around 10 at night. So for those of you in the cruise ship industry who provide services, there is a cruise ship that will be in off-season, but the cruise ship will be in, God's willing, next week Saturday. Not this Saturday, but next week Saturday.
So after that visit, would it be a continuous thing until the...
No, I'm only seeing a one-off.
A one-off something.
Yeah, there's a one-off. So usually when they have a one-off in the out-season, they send out something. There was one last week, I believe, as well. So they usually send out something. So this is just a one-off in this instance, yeah? Okay. And I think that's one of the things the region has to look at. Yeah. But the problem is that during the hurricane season, the cruise ships are in too hurry to come down.
No,
these
at
ends.
all.
And
a lot of people don't realize that because it's a business. We keep saying, damn it, tourists is just so and so. But when you look at the persons who invest in their millions of dollars to put cruise ship here, they have to take into consideration things like the weather pattern, when it will affect them and how, and everything like that.
We have a good case, because as it is right now, Antonia, the cruise ship is leaving at 10 p.m. That's the time I'm seeing. Let me see. I know you go on to know, yeah. That cruise ship is projected to leave at 10 p.m., so 10 at night.
10 at night,
Yeah. Now, when it comes to the... oh, boy. I lost my train of thought.
In terms of the cruise ships coming around the hurricane season.
Now, Grenada, and I mentioned this, and some people really didn't know that, Grenada, the insurance companies out of the U.S. and Europe and so on, they are telling the yacht owners to moor in Grenada. Bring your ship and leave it in Grenada during the hurricane season. They're not saying go to Trinidad. They're not saying go to Barbados or St. Vincent. They're telling them, the insurance companies are telling them, bring your ship to Grenada. Why? Grenada is poised at the edge of the hurricane belt. Some of them just say we're out of the hurricane belt, but we're down to the edge of the hurricane belt. So the likelihood of a hurricane passing through Grenada is much less than if you're further north. Yeah. But you could go further south to Trinidad and be out of the hurricane belt. But the problem there is the crime. Yeah. Look, you have a situation where 6 people were missing at sea. In fact, they found 3 of the bodies between last night and this morning. They found a further 3 fishermen. They found 1 earlier yesterday. So they found 4 out of the 6 that went missing, and they're hoping that they can find the other 2, hopefully alive, clinging to something, because of a pirate attack in Trinidadian waters. Wow. And due to the unstable nature of the South American mainland, we won't go into specifics, and some of what is taking place in Trinidad, they're telling the yachts, don't go there, because you have a high likelihood of your yacht being boarded and you being robbed and so on. So come to Grenada where it's peaceful, safe, and everything. Yes, my dear.
I know it's all coming to an end. Look at your girlfriend from England here. She come back, so she's going to say hi to you. She's going to say hello. And the next thing, Sheldon,
yes, my dear.
I have a friend from Chantimela, Rasta. Today, I think she birthday is either this week or next week.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Violet. So I want to tell her that greeting to her.
Okay.
Happy birthday to her. You understand?
All right, Kami.
And your girlfriend from Montgomery. Miss what?
Yes.
More than 6. But she just come back from England. So she's saying hi to you.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Hold on, Sheldon. Say hi to him. Hi, Sheldon.
Hi, my dear. How are you?
Not too bad.
So you leave here?
Next week, by Ivan side of there. Remember?
Yes. Once they say Mount Nesbitt and Mount Granby had to be...
noise, I can't tell you.
Once you
Have
say...
a good day.
All right, my dear.
Love you, baby.
Once you say Mount Nesbitt, Mount Granby, I know it's Ivan Thomas people. I know that. I know it's Ivan Thomas people. Miss Anne, good morning to you up there in Mount Granby and to the entire family home circle up there in Mount Granby. I hope that you all are having a wonderful day. Mr. Technical Man, walk on with my live day.
Before we shut up,
Mr. Technical Man just flipped me off there.
I just want to say, and I usually say that to them every morning, a wonderful good morning and happy day, happy whatever to all the senior citizens of our country. Yeah, because they deserve, that welcome on a morning or even every day. You meet a senior citizen, you say good morning, you say hello, hi, and so it won't hurt.
And
so
say hi to the Coast Guard officers as well, to all the men and women.
Officer Pierre, good morning to you, sir.
Yeah,
Sergeant Pierre.
And we are Corporal Haynes.
And Corporal Haynes.
Yeah.
Right, so...
The English bloke. Hey, bloke. Yeah, man. How you like Boris, man? All right. Hey, and happy birthday to my good friend down there at First Caribbean Bank, Mr. Samuel John. He's a security down there at First Caribbean. We'd like to say a very special, glorious Grenadian happy birthday to you, sir.
That's my bro, man.
Yeah, and hope that you enjoy your day today.
Mr. John, good morning to you and happy birthday, man.
Yeah. But I hope that we've brought some sort of clarity in relation to the issue of the NIS right now, because yes, it sounds as it's an increase. And it is an increase by 1%. But if you calculate for yourself what that 1% of your salary is, and then you look at some of the things that you do. For instance, you might decide that, look, I'm eating out for the entire week, or that you're not going to make your lunch at home, you're going to go and you're going to buy lunch and so on, which I have no problem with, because I was by Shortman eating a pea soup yesterday. Current go, I go by Shortman and get a pea soup.
Shortman don't give me fish, man.
You don't go in for fish the right time.
Well, yeah, you don't
the hours you ought to go for fish is when you just be busy otherwise. But Shortman have fish. Yeah, man.
I'll catch him for the carnival, man.
I'm sure you go have curry mutton tomorrow, but you ain't eating that. So.
Yeah.
But evening time, you go have fish. You just had to order early, man. You can't go up and then expect the fish reach day. Sometimes you had to go in the back and throw a line. So that's how fresh you just get it. So, all right. But yeah, I hope that we've brought some clarity to the NIS thing for a lot of people. Because they found a lot of people are complaining that, yeah, it's going up, you're getting that, and then you may have to pay something towards the NHI and all of these things, and your salary scale remains the same. But what you're trying to do is protect you in the present and in the future, so that you're making a contribution to protect your own self. So the additional $1 that you might pay a month, or the additional 10 cents that you might be paying a month, and so on, know that that 10 cents, by the time it comes back to you in services and so on, is not 10 cents again. Mm-hmm. You're talking somewhere 20-something and $30-something sometime, or even more. That same 10 cents that you put into it, because by the time you have to get medical care and all these things under the NHI, or by the time you have to get disability and so on under the National Insurance Scheme, or you have to get your pensions and that sort of thing, that 10 cents that you might be complaining to pay right now, if this entire system falls, you ain't got to find 10 cents. Mm-hmm. You're going to have to find $10,000 to pay. So it's better to pay the 10 cents now. Yes, nobody wants to pay an additional something. Nobody wants to. But you've got to do it. Yeah? You've got to do it. Because if we don't, we run the risk of the National Insurance Scheme crumbling. We run that risk. It's safe as it is right now. It's okay. But that's the present. In the future, could be a totally different story. Yeah? A totally different story. Devon, that's all the time we have for today?
That's all the time we got for today.
Yes, indeed. So, folks, that's all the time we have for Hard Talk today. It's been wonderful being here with each and every one of you. And whatever you say and do, do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you.
Not about you.
Love each and every one of you. Stay safe on the nation's road. Looking forward to you all tonight at the Groovy. But just before I go, just to give a quick release from the Royal Grenada Police Force. As carnival activities intensify and in an effort to reduce motor vehicle accidents and curb other traffic infringements, the Royal Grenada Police Force continues to step up the enforcement of traffic laws and regulations. Yesterday, a number of operations were conducted across the country. Over 200 vehicles were checked. 60 fixed penalty tickets were issued and 5 male persons were arrested for driving without driver's license. Most of the tickets issued for driving without seatbelts, speeding, defective tires, unlicensed and uninsured vehicles. As the RGPF continues its operations, we remind the motoring public to obey all traffic laws and to be patient for the carnival season, as there are expected to be delays. So watch now. Go down by Spice Isle with Treaders, or check my partner there in Cherry Hill, or go down by Broado. Yeah, pass by Broado. And set up yourself, fix up your tires and them kind of thing. Yeah, go fix up your tires and thing. Don't drive without your seatbelt. And if you don't have a license, get up somebody with one to drive for you. All right? And make sure your vehicle is licensed and insured. All right? All vehicles should be licensed and insured by this period of time. All supposed to be.
By June.
So you ain't supposed to see a vehicle with the last year disc on it still.
Yeah.
All supposed to be insured by now. So make sure you all do that. Huh? As we said, that's all the time we've got for today. Love each and every one of you. I wonder if there's a former Soca Monarch song. I wonder, boy.
This Thursday, SMC Groovy Monarch Semi-Finals, Carnival City, Tantine, St. George's, as 25 of the nation's top groovy artists takes to the stage. From 8 p.m., 25 of the sweetest groovy songs, all backed by the Heatwave Band. Come feel the love and vibe in the air as each artist endeavors to make it to the final. Admission $25, gates open 7 p.m., showtime 8 p.m. It's the SMC Groovy Monarch Semi-Finals, Carnival City, Tantine, this Thursday, July 25th, Spice Bass 2019. Many events, one carnival.
Grenada!
We will make Chop great again.
From St. Patrick to North, everybody will be heading to the National Stadium as Stag and Starboys promotion presents Chop Fest 13. Friday, August 2nd, we'll be fetting and drinking free drinks all night. Gates open from 10 p.m. Live performances from Grenada's very own top artists. We're going to have a jambalous time. Get your early bird tickets for only $25. 30 before midnight. Your ticket outlets: Chucky's Bar, Grenada Optical, Curlag, Big Barbershop, Archibald Distributors, and 3O's Auto. This one's going to be big. It's Jab Fest Free Drinks Edition. Remember, wear old clothes, paint torn, and come with your crew, cause there's prizes to be won. This year, we will make Jab Fest safe again. But most of all, we will make Jab great again. Sponsored by Stag, Captain Harris, Coca-Cola, Campari, IAL, Boss FM, Monster, Easy-O, Power FM, and What's the Whole Rum. Only the few will see when you set the bar, but everyone will know when you've raised it.
Welcome to party. We are the greatest.
We have done it again in this, the era of greatness, with the biggest white.
We bring the most fight.
Watch greatness unfold with Mr. Killer, Wasways, and Lava Man, and more of Grenada's best, featuring headliner Marshall Montano and the Monk Band.
We great, absolutely.
Be at the National Cricket Stadium on Saturday, August 10th. Get your tickets now from GoToFed.com and all Sunshine Promotions box offices. The biggest white. It's where greatness lives.
We are the greatest. It was regarded by many as the best fete for Carnival 2018. This year, it's back, bigger and better. The second edition of the Waggy Tea Premium All-Inclusive Fete on Thursday, August 8th at 8 p.m. at the Mont Rouge Recreational Park. This is not just a fete, it's a total premium all-inclusive affair. From Trinidad, Ravi B and the band Karma. From Barbados, Peter Ram. From St. Vincent, Skinny Fabulous.
'Cause when we roll, we don't roll alone.
And from Grenada, Jefferson Ramirez and Solid the Band, Inspector, Dash, Wasways, Shortpree, Fawn, DJ Chemist, and Danny. Early bird tickets cost $350. Prepare to be amazed.
Grenada launches automated police records management information system. We'll have details to this story and more in the national report. With the details to the news for Wednesday, July 24th, I am Rikisha St. Louis. 3 police stations in Grenada will benefit from a USAID and UNDP pilot project to transition from paper-based filing and record-keeping to digitalization. The Automated Police Records Management Information System was launched on Wednesday. The project, which has been piloted at the St. Paul's, St. George's Central and South Central police stations, will allow for the collection and recording of more accurate crime data, efficiency in fighting crime, and the overall reduction of crime and violence. The Carriacou project is being implemented in 9 Caribbean islands and supports Grenada's move towards sustainable development goals, which focuses on peace, justice, and strong institutions.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Michael Francois says the new system will revolutionize record keeping within the force.
This new system would transition our police stations from paper-based documentation to a new system which will allow us to capture real-time data on incidents reported. It will also allow the RGPF executive to make informed and accurate decisions in a timely manner and to share critical information with stakeholders and the constituents that we serve.
Acting Prime Minister Honorable Gregory Bowen says security is crucial for Grenada as a tourist destination. As a result, government has invested in installing and improving the IT equipment at police stations to ensure the project is a success.
Ultimately, through the analysis and monitoring this system will facilitate, we expect to be able to develop more targeted approaches to crime reduction across Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. More investment. Government welcomes the inclusion of Grenada in this initiative, and we express sincere appreciation to the funding agencies, the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, and the United Nations Development Program, UNDP. In recognition of the importance of this project, while being cognizant of the limited scope of the pilot initiative, government took a decision to invest some of our own monies to extend the scope of the initiative and ensure that all police stations are equipped with the necessary IT equipment.
Carriacou representative Paulo de Mistro highlighted the importance of the project within the police force. He said effective crime fighting depends on accuracy and competence.
I have no doubt the police commissioner and his team will agree that the current practice of using pen and paper to write down all related information at a crime scene is not optimal. From the simple challenge such as penmanship to a more critical concern with accuracy and completeness of information, everyone will agree that crime fighting in Grenada can benefit from a more robust and efficient system for collecting, storing, managing, and analyzing crime statistics.
A training exercise will be held for officers from the pilot stations and will extend to other officers in the coming months. The Grenada Tourism Authority has brought its overseas PR teams together to strategically plan for 2020. But even as it does so, foremost in the minds of those in the GTA are issues like climate change, Brexit, and developments affecting aerospace giant Boeing. Addressing the opening of a two-day planning session at the Silver Sands Hotel on Wednesday, the Tourism Authority CEO, Mrs. Patricia Ma, says these events have a significant impact on the tourism industry and must be monitored closely. She says of concern is news that Boeing could possibly shut down its 737 production, which could have a ripple effect throughout the entire airline industry.
They've actually postponed the decision now to November, which goes right into the heart of the winter season, to redeploy MAXs. And who knows, it may be postponed again. So watch that very carefully. Yeah. We also have the tensions in the Gulf right now between Iran and the oil tankers. And as you know, when there's tension, the price of oil goes up. So again, we have to watch that very carefully because airlines depend on fuel to carry their passengers to Grenada. Right? We have the Brexit situation, Sharon and Lisa, and we know now there's definitely going to be new structures, and that will affect people's lives. So it will have an impact on Little Grenada, okay? And then last but not least, climate change. I mean, who hasn't, Sekou just came from a very hot Canada, right? Scorching hot Canada. They've had record heat in North America and Europe in June and July. It's breaking all records. So how does climate change impact us?
Chairman of the Grenada Tourism Authority, Brenda Hood, says they need to look even beyond 2020 to strategically plan for the industry.
The planning that we are doing for 2020 must be strategic. We must look at what is happening in the landscape throughout the world. As Patricia indicated, the whole issue of climate change, the Brexit, what is happening with the airlines. We are having a lot of challenges here in Grenada. Many of you may not know, but we do have a lot of challenges. It's costing a lot of money to bring airlines to the destination. And what can we do? I think the time has come for us. I know we will be having a session tomorrow afternoon looking at airlines and the whole ELIF, what can we do? But I think we have to start thinking about how can we partner, how can we think outside of the box, as I indicated earlier, and what can we do to improve the tourism industry.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Every summer, the Spice Island of Grenada is transformed into the Caribbean's biggest party, Spice Man.
Coming down to Grenada.
Come experience the warmth of our people, trending theme fest, the revelry, the pageantry, and why we are the Jab Nation. The Kids Our Future shines on August 3rd in the Children's Carnival Frolic and the Junior Calypso Show. 7 beauties take center stage as the Queen of Carnival is crowned on majestic Thursday, August 8th. The prestigious Soca and Groovy Monarchs are crowned on Carnival Friday night, August 9th. Enjoy the pulsating rhythms of the Still Pan at the Junior and the Senior Panorama on Carnival Saturday, August 10th, and Real Steel, August 17th. The March Gras crowns the Calypso Monarch on Carnival Sunday, August 11th. 2 days of frolicking in the Caribbean sun kicks off on Monday morning, August 12th, with the biggest juve in the world, followed by pageant and Monday night mass. The creativity and splendor of our mass parades on the road Carnival Tuesday, August 13th. Join us in the Jab Nation of Grenada, August 8th to 12th for Spice Mass 2019. Many events, one carnival.
Welcome back. Artists who qualified for the Groovy and Soca Monarch semi-finals now know the order in which they will appear on stage after dipping for positions at the office of the Spice Mass Corporation on Wednesday. Punchulus will be the first of 25 artists to appear on stage in the Groovy semis in Tantine on Thursday. He will be followed by Pappy Boy, Terror the Governor, Red Alert, Scholar, Vaughn, Snake Oil, Alma Boy, Randy Isaac, and Altitude. The other Groovy Soca artists are Looney Spark and Electrify, Sheldon Douglas, Killer B, Top Cat and Blazer, Kennedy, Valine Ned, Crave, Double Standard, Mandela Links, Soca Banton, Golden, Baraka, Brother B, Otis, and Sparky B. On Friday, Soca Monarch's semi-final action will take place at Progress Park in St. Andrew. Appearing first on stage is Hits, followed by Superstar, Leadneck, Mr. Wacky, Skulldog, Happy Boy, Lil Kerry, Otis, Pappy Boy, Dash, Stunner, Vaughn, Chucky HD, Terror the Governor, and Little Jello. He will be followed by Inspector, Money, Looney Spark and Electrify, Juice, Travis, Chaos and LED, Valine Ned, Kennedy, Brother B, Killer B, Ronnie J, Mushman, Punchulus, K1, and in final position, Boise. Finally, with Carnival in the air, an appeal has been made to Grenadians to exercise care on the nation's roads. There is growing concern over the number of accidents, both fatal and non-fatal, that are being recorded by the Traffic Department. Honorable Oliver Joseph, Minister for Trade, Industry, Cooperatives and CARICOM Affairs, who facilitated Tuesday's post-cabinet briefing, said his government is also concerned about the increasing rate of vehicular accidents.
We, as a government, we are very concerned. And as we approach the carnival season, we are making a special appeal to motorists to exercise due care and attention, and also to commuters, because both parties have responsibility, that during this season, let us try to minimize the amount of accidents on our roads.
With the arrival of visitors for the season, he is urging the public to take all precautionary measures to ensure a safe and accident-free season.
We expect this carnival to be a huge success. Visitor arrival is scheduled to double last year based on the number of flights coming into Grenada, and therefore we will have thousands of people on our island celebrating. And if we want to ensure that we have a safe and peaceful carnival.
That story just ended the national report for Wednesday, July 24th. Let's recap the top story. Grenada launches automated police records management information system. On behalf of everyone here at the Government Information Service who made this newscast possible, I am Rakisha St. Louis saying thank you for joining us. Until next time.
This Thursday, the 25th July, the Rhythm and Groove takes center stage. It's the SMC Groovy Monarch Semi-Finals. Carnival City, Tantine, St. George's. As 25 of the nation's top groovy artists takes to the stage. From 8 p.m., 25 of the sweetest groovy songs. All backed by the Heatwave Band. Come feel the love and vibe in the air. As each artist endeavors to make it to the final. Admission $25. Gates open 7 p.m. Showtime 8 p.m. It's the SMC Groovy Monarch Semi-Finals. Carnival City, Tantine. This Thursday, July 25th. Spice Mass 2019. Many events, one carnival.
Grenada's economy is heading for its 7th year of consistent growth, averaging over 5%. Unemployment was reduced by 20%, while debt to GDP ratio was reduced from 108% to 63.5%. NNP committed to the economic and social development of our people. NNP delivering on the promise. Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.